of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. We meet every Wednesday at 7 a.m. IST. We are one of the very few clubs, if not the only club in the district to meet at this early in the morning, and that too on a working day. Before we start the proceedings of the meeting, a general understanding on the rules of every Toastmasters meeting. Toastmasters is a forum that helps every member develop their speaking and communication skills. We help every member to achieve excellence in this area through a medium of self-learning, mentoring, and support. Since we have a varied audience in every Toastmasters meeting, we generally refrain from speaking on subjects that relate to sex, religion, and politics. Every Toastmasters meeting has multiple segments, and those multiple segments are handled by multiple people, and that's what makes it a learning session, and where every person comes in, learns something, and becomes a better version of what they were when they before they came into the meeting. So let's get into the proceedings of today's meeting. And every Toastmasters meeting is opened by the Sergeant at Arms and then handed over to the presiding officer of the club. And today's presiding officer is none other than me. So I'll take over as the presiding officer in the next segment of this meeting. So good morning again, everybody. This is Satish Menon, and I'm the presiding officer of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. Welcome to meeting number 243. Last week we had our area contest. For those of you who are new to Toastmasters, this is something which Toastmasters has every year. 4 speech contests, 2 in this term and 2 in the next term. And this term we had the humorous and the evaluation speech contest. 2 winners from the club go and represent the club at the area. And from our club, we had Toastmaster Yasin, Toastmaster Hayaz, and Toastmaster Dolly representing our club at the area contest. We're happy to know that Toastmaster Dolly secured the second place at the evaluation contest. And by virtue of being the first runner-up, she also gets to represent the club and the area at the division contest, which is going to be held later in this month. So big round of congratulations to her. All the more important that she was not slated to go and speak. For some reason, the first runner-up from our club dropped out at the last moment, and that was the reason why she got a chance to go and represent our club at the area. So having gone and represented at the last moment, she ended up being the runner-up. So all the more, I would say it's even more great achievement to have walked in at the last moment and become a runner-up at the area level. The humorous speech, we had Toastmaster Hayaz and Toastmaster Yasin. What makes it so important is Toastmaster Hayaz is just 2 months into Toastmasters. And he got the confidence to go and represent our club at the area. Toastmaster Yasin is coming back to Toastmasters after a break. But even after a break, he managed to get to the area level. And both of them did excellently well at the area contest. Though did not end up as the podium finisher, but I would say that going there and participating after a long break for Toastmaster Yasin and for Toastmaster Hayas to be a new member and then go and give a speech at the area level itself was a great thing. So we are hoping that in the next 2 contests to come, we'll see all the 3 of them as podium finishers at the district level. So that's one update that we had from our club. Today's meeting is going to be a different meeting in the sense that we've got 2 educational sessions lined up, and both are related to what we do at the club on a weekly basis. This is going to be of very great importance to people who are here in the meeting, just to attend, understand what we do at the club. So before we kind of get into that proceedings of the meeting, let me call upon our club secretary, Toastmaster Dolly Patak, to read out the meeting minutes of meeting number 242, which was held last Wednesday. Over to you, Toastmaster Dolly.
Thank you, DPM Satish sir. Good morning, fellow masters and guests. Now I'll read out the minutes of meeting for meeting number 242. Just give me a second. So meeting number 242 was held on 11 October 2023. Meeting over Zoom started by Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Santosh at 7:05, followed by presidential address by presiding officer DTM Satish Menon sir. The theme of the meeting was artificial intelligence. The minutes of the meeting was read out by secretary. Members with meeting role were introduced. The Toastmasters of the day was Toastmaster Rajeshwar, table topic master Toastmaster Vijay Kumar, evaluators Toastmaster Aloysius, Toastmaster Dolly, and Toastmaster Alex. Our counter Toastmaster Dr. Murugesan, timer Toastmaster Santosh, grammarian DTM Satish Menon, general evaluator Toastmaster Chandni. Table topics questions were presented. We had only 4 speakers last week. Speaker 1, DTM Satish Menon, Toastmaster Srividya, guest Prashant, and guest Ishan. Prepared speeches were presented by Speaker Toastmaster Sadashivam, Toastmaster Srividya, and Toastmaster Sudha. The club awards were presented. Best speaker was given to Toastmaster Srividya and Toastmaster Sudha. Best role player, Toastmaster Rajeshwar for TMOD. Best tag role player was given to DTM Satish Menon for grammarian. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Aloysius. Best table topic, DTM Satish Menon. Feedback about the hybrid meeting and the club taken from the guest. Meeting was adjourned at 8:40 by presiding officer DTM Satish Menon. Now let me read out the highlights of the meeting. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Santosh started the meeting on time, and that's how with each meeting Toastmaster Santosh is acing in his role. For this meeting, he also played the role as part of tag team, the timer role. Not only this, he always makes sure that for each meeting, the poll is run smoothly and results are declared within the limited time frame. TMOD Toastmaster Rajeshwar carried the meeting with the theme Artificial Intelligence. The theme was presented in a way that not only kept the audience engaged, but also presented a deep insight into artificial intelligence and how we are surrounded by it all the time. General evaluator Toastmaster Chandni evaluated the overall meeting along with a tag team. Toastmaster Chandni provided constructive feedback about the meeting, like how we can use the initial few minutes for networking and greeting, also keeping the audience informed that the meeting is recorded and the scope for improvements that will surely help the club do much better than how we are now. Appreciating Toastmaster Murugesan for taking up the role of our counter and providing his detailed report. The grammarian was played by DTM Satish Menon sir for his report as a grammarian. He presented a well-elaborated report on good usage of grammar, errors, newly introduced words as such. Table topic master, Toastmaster Vijay Kumar ensured that the table topic resonated with the theme of the meeting. This calls for an appreciation, as this sets an example how one works on the role by considering the theme of the meeting. That's all from me as part of the minutes of meeting. Thank you. Over to you, presiding officer Satish Spencer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dolly, for that very detailed meeting minutes. This gives us an idea of what transpired in the last meeting, sort of a recap for people who attended, and it's also information for those who did not attend the meeting. Why we do minutes of the meeting? Again, it's very important, not only for us to know what we did in our previous meetings, it is also to keep a proper record, since we are a club, and a club being an association of members needs to keep a meeting minutes of every meeting that we hold. This is also important because most of the district awards which are presented every year need the meeting minutes as a backup document for members and clubs who apply for those awards. So suppose if I am applying for an award, the there needs to be proof that says that I have done that role, or I have given that speech, or the club has met. And the only way that that proof can be delivered is when you have a proper minutes of meeting. So that's the reason why it's very, very important. Toastmasters International also prescribes that every meeting is recorded, not recorded, every meeting has a proper minutes of the meeting, which is documented, circulated to all the members, and kept for future reference. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Dolly, for that very detailed meeting minutes. We have some guests in the meeting today. Can we have the guest to introduce themselves? Prashant, Priya, Tariq, Arunbari. Can we get some guest introduction?
Hi Satish man, sir, and hi everyone. Good morning. So I'm Prashant. So this is my second meeting as a guest. I brought up I brought up here in Chennai. I've done my studies and all here in Chennai only. I did my MCA and here I'm working as an associate architect in an IF in a company called IFF. So my interests other than work is like I listen to music a lot.
Thank you, Prashant. And how did you come to know about our club?
It is through online, sir.
Okay. And what is the reason that you're looking to join Toastmasters?
So the thing is like, I speak a little, I don't feel confident much like when I speak in public. So I'm basically an introvert. So just to upgrade myself, I've joined.
Okay. Welcome, welcome, Prashant. Welcome to our club.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. So Priya is traveling to office, but she's typed saying that she works in HCL as a software engineer. So welcome, Priya, to our club. Toastmaster Arun Murray.
Good morning, Satish, and good morning, everyone present. I'm also traveling. I'm in the train to Coimbatore. I just want to send my and how to get engaged with the members.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun Murray. Uh, Tariq.
Hi everyone. Good morning. First of all, this is Tariq. So I'm currently located in Chennai and I'm working as a software developer in TCS.
Welcome, Tariq. And your reason for looking at joining Toastmasters?
My reason for joining Toastmaster is so I just want to explore the things like to become social with everyone and at the cost of so if something is we are something is we are getting uh, socialized from the people, from the experts who is training us kind of a thing. So it was very much, such a eager to to be a part of every kind of an organization. So I just been a part of Toastmasters for now.
Thank you, Tariq. Welcome to our club. Toastmaster Arun Murray, you were audible, though the network was dropping at in between. But yes, we could gather that you were traveling and you had joined in to listen to what we are going to present today. So that was our guest introductions for today's meeting. So let's get into the proceedings of the meeting. So today's Toastmasters meeting is a bit different from our normal meetings, as all the members would know that we have educational sessions every alternate week. So last week we had our normal Toastmasters meeting, which was all about members delivering their prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. This week, that is today, we have two educational sessions lined up. But then again, we would have all the normal segments that go into a Toastmasters meeting other than a prepared speech. So to run this meeting or to anchor this meeting, in Toastmasters, we have a role which is called as the Toastmaster of the Day. It's the responsibility of the Toastmaster of the Day uh, to anchor the meeting in a very effective manner, to ensure that all the segments are run seamlessly without any break. Also to ensure that we have every member speak about the theme which would be introduced in the meeting, if there is a theme, and to ensure that there are smooth transitions from one segment to the other segment. Now, the Toastmaster of the Day role is not a fixed role like a Club XCOM role. So we have different individuals playing that role every week. So today's Toastmaster of the Day is a member of our club. He's a comparatively new member. He's not less than a year in Toastmasters. And he is a director at Extra Pre-Media Services, a document management company. He also runs a signage company. He is very passionate about nature restoration activities and loves spending time with his family and traveling to new places. So please welcome our Toastmaster of the Day for meeting number 243 of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Vijay.
Morning, everyone. Thanks, Toastmaster Satish Menon sir, for that warm introduction. So today's meeting, it's a special meeting. Unlike our regular meetings, we have two speeches in this meeting. One from Toastmaster Aloysius Raj, who will speak on the Better Speaker series, and Toastmaster Satish Menon sir, who will speak on the Successful Club series. I hope we'll all get a good outlook on these subjects after we hear their speeches. So the Better Speaker series, it actually, according to my collection, it touches upon how to begin a speech, organizing the speech, creating an introduction, preparation, practice, usage of body language, the concluding of speech, how to control your fears about impromptu speaking, and selecting the topics, and about knowing your audience. So I think these are the things that are involved in a Better Speaker series, if I'm not wrong. So I'd now like to call upon our timer, Toastmaster Sadasivam, to give the guidelines about the timings for the special meeting. Over to you, to timer Sadasivam.
Thank you, Tio Modi. Greetings, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As a timer, I'll time the table topic speakers and educational series speakers timings today. I'll also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific timing remaining. For table topics, at 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. For educational series, we have a couple of sessions today, and the allowed timings are 10 minutes for green. So I'll show the green card. At 12 minutes, I'll show the amber or yellow card. At 15 minutes, I'll show the red card. So let's stick on with the timings and make sure the session is successful, including the time. Thank you so much. Over to you, Tio Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadasivam. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Aloysius Raj for the first speech. So to introduce Toastmaster Aloysius Raj, he has over 19 years of IT leadership experience from across diverse business and IT domains, proven expertise in establishing centers of excellence, driving global ERP implementations, leading program management, and optimizing cost and efficiency through data analytics. Currently, he's on a sabbatical and looking forward for next opportunity. And over to you, Toastmaster Aloysius Raj, for your speech topic. Thank you.
Thanks, Vijay. For everyone's, that's the copy paste of some content from my resume. Okay, good. All right. Let me quickly check whether sharing works. Hope all of you can see my screen. It's just a time check. Good. How many of you have given a speech in your clubs or outside, even the guests in your teams? So I see a lot of hands going up. Okay, good. Second question, how many of you have fourth standard kids at home or have completed fourth standard?
Yeah.
I can see a lot of smiles. Right. Just day for yesterday, I was teaching my kid English, and I found out they have organizing your speech section in a different context. All of us would say a pen is mightier than a sword. Hope we have heard this. But in today's context, I would put typing on your computer is better than speaking. All we have to do is begin somewhere typing for our speeches. Let me clearly tell you what we are going to do with organizing our speech. It's your speech, but I would include myself and say, how we organize our speech. This segment has three items as I present to you. One, we'll understand what we should do to organize the speech, how we should outline and bring up the content for it, and conclude, and some techniques involved in gathering the input. So we'll spend 10 minutes with interactions as well at the end or during if you have any questions. So I'll encourage, we'll interact at the end of the speech in this session of how everyone goes about doing it. If there are better ideas than what is being presented, this is the recommended guideline of what we generally see. First is tell them what you're going to tell them. So the first, with mentors and your own studies, we understand that the first 30 seconds of our speech is very important. That's what gathers the attention of the audience to whom we are going to present or speak. This is irrespective of what we speak. See, it could be a 7-minute club speech. It could be a extempore as we table topic session or even evaluation. There are three main items that go into every kind of speech. Even if you are a keynote speaker, we generally publish the half an hour or 45 minutes what we are going to present, right? The topic, if it is crisp and clear, the audience interest and they are engaged, this is what you're going to tell them. To gather attention, there are certain things people say, but let's go through the sequence. First, in your introduction, this is about your introduction. Tell your audience what you're going to tell them clearly. Then your body, tell them or speak out what you're intended, right? Your transitions and other stuff, the content, body of the message or speech you're going to deliver, tell them in the next section. Conclusion, tell them what you have told them. The next is how you outline and various techniques. Before I get into those techniques, how do we tell them what you're going to tell? The first introduction, how do you phrase it? How do we organize it? Some of us plainly tell, this is what I'm going to present, with a general idea and general thing that works out in a general template, I would say, that works out in every introduction is start with a quote that will emphasize your point on the speech to the audience. This is the easiest way of introducing your topic, followed or nowadays I see that a lot of people use with a rhetorical question. I started with the question as well in this one. Okay, so engage audience. How kind of question that will engage them. So last week I was attending a competition, and first question asked was, are you good at time management? So everybody in the audience got engaged. Are we really managing our time well? So that kind of questions push through and introduce in the first section. Sometimes there are speeches where they try to create the butterfly effect. Say something, connect everything and bring it to the conclusion. And the like usually humorous speeches, if you see, they always distract. They say something and negate it in the next line. That also works out. But 95% guarantee what your audience with the introduction, this is the topic I'm going to talk about. How to develop an outline. How do you write your speeches? Anyone? Do we really go in this sequence? A lot of times we have a topic in mind, but when we start writing, it diverges into a different headline itself. Probably we started something about discipline, but probably would have ended up in giving more gyan on time management. General recommendation is have the main topic in mind, gather all ideas and points and write them down. It need not be in sequence. It can be at any order, whatever topics, whatever relevant information you have about it. Write them down as points. That's what we call the outline primarily. Then organize it in your body in a sequence. Look at the content. Some of us would be narrating a story, so we'll elaborate a lot of things chronologically in terms of time, how we started, how we ended, a list of things that happened in a chronological manner. There are speeches where you'll be narrating on the surroundings, so you'll have to add more points on explaining an event, the beauty of the event, how it was organized, what are all part of it. Push that through. Supporting material generally is the credibility of your speech. If you're narrating on some topics where you have to present facts and figures, establish the credibility through mentioning this is the source. Sometimes we have to put our experience into the fore during the speech or during the content as well. Say, for example, we'll take distinguished Toastmaster Satish Menon or distinguished Toastmaster Alex Jacob. With so much time spent in being Toastmaster, they have a lot to tell about things within a Toastmasters context. So when they say, I'm a distinguished Toastmaster, that credibility establishes that they are well versed about the topic of Toastmasters. So, and your experience, I'm an IT architect, that establishes the connect. You can talk much about IT related stuff, a banking expert, something similar. Supporting material include your credibility as well when you talk about it. Once we gather all the points, we get organized it. So prepare an introduction as said, and emphasizing introduction. Conclusion, I'll go back to the previous slide. Tell them what you have told them. we have the introduction that emphasizes on the content. You elaborated on the content. In your conclusion, look forward of what you want to say. Also, tell them what you already said, summarize the points. If you have a call of action, emphasize the call to action as well within your conclusion. So it's basically a summary, but with some actions you want the audience, or a key takeaway or a message the audience, you want the audience to take. We discussed this in detail, listing key points, what we wanted to do, arranging them in order. So this is a technique they are explaining in terms of, once you have the points in order, expand them and develop an introduction based on that and develop a conclusion. General rule of thumb, what I have learned is, you have an introduction, keep the transitions in sync. So from an introduction, when you're moving into the body, have a transition. Have two maximum for a 7-minute speech, have two body or content. So transition 1 and transition 2. Talk about first transition in the body. Explain why you said the message or justify what you said. Connect it with the next message you want to deliver, and transition. Keep the transitions, and even when you move into the conclusion, have a transition, proper transition to move into the conclusion and complete it properly. Not sure how many of you have tried mind maps. Have you tried mind maps? Anyone? Cool. I see a few nods. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. This is how we can use it for a speech organization. There's a technique. Step 1, identify a main topic. Around the main topic, build the formula and the outline, and develop the main idea first. So like, I don't know whether I can write on this one, annotate. Yeah. So have a main idea, then sub ideas which are closely related to your main idea. If you want to expand it more, have more items added. So this is my transition. This is my justification for the transition. This is my content for that transition. So, and this could be my body. So with that little bit, there's a step 2 in this one, where we can outline, build the outline with the mind map. We've defined what is the content of the body or the introduction, what we wanted to give. Build everything in the same manner, but build it. So what we saw before is a simple topic, develop, list the key points, ideas, have a formula of how we need to deliver, and outline for everything. For an introduction, you can have a mind map separately created. For the end, you can have a mind map separately created. For the body, you can have a mind map segregated, and build your content around that. As I said, keep your map orderly. Have the main topic here, what you want to do, a body, introduction, conclusion, what you want to derive from them. Keep adding them in your mind map orderly. Okay, it ended up with the conclusion. Okay, it's best to do things systematically, since we are only human and disorder is our worst enemy. But there is a disorderly fashion, we list the key points. Just recommendation is, have the key points, whatever comes to your mind on that topic, write it down organize it. Whatever is not necessary, blindly delete it. If you think for the main content, it is not relevant. So all irrelevant items in your text of speech, remove them while you organize. We'll understand how when we sequence them, whether it is really relevant to my topic or not, we'll understand it, and we can remove them whenever. So this is an iterative process, writing especially. William Zenser, there's a book on how to write well. If you go through it, the author clearly explains of how to build the content. I recommend all of us go through it. Also, I'll share a link in this chat forum where one of the Toastmasters clearly explains in detail of what kind of content can go into a introduction, how we can conclude it, how we can build the body around it. With that note, we'll open up for questions. How do you think, what worked for you? Anyone, right? What worked for you when you organized the speech? Can be example, we can talk about what did not work also.
I've always found choosing a topic the hardest.
Right.
Because it's something that should be relevant to everyone. At the same time, it's something that we should know. Any tips on that?
Yeah, there is a separate series in the Better Speaker series for that. Okay, but still, since you have asked, we can conclude. See, anything we can call it a topic. It's that we don't write it. Our daily experience of traveling in a bus. We could, not all speeches need to be content driven or message driven, right? It is our experiences we are sharing. General walk, what you observed during the walk, or a general office conversation. What did you derive out of it? We could bring out elements from it. As I said, our thoughts, if we start writing it down, our thought flow, mind map is a good activity as well. If we could do the mind map clearly, we could bring out more ideas as well in terms of the simple topic. Just a conflict. I had a fight with my boss, I'm just saying, right? Or I had a good conversation during the tea time. What was that conversation about? We can build on topics related to that. Okay. So any topic we can build it. It's that we have to sit through and see the map around it, the relevant information and the system around it.
Any specific tool you use for mind maps, or you do it on paper?
No, I do it on paper, but there are tools like if you have, there are open business process mapping tools, BPM tools available as well. We can use it. Easier, they are easier. Okay.
Any specific one you suggest? The easy one?
No, I have a licensed one, which you. Okay.
Oh.
Anyone? Okay.
Can
I'm
I
open.
ask a
Yeah.
question, please?
Yeah, sure.
May I ask a question, please?
Yeah, please go.
Does a conclusion mean that we have to speak about all that we have already spoken about, or does the conclusion have something, a concise summary, but with something pointing out a message? Or because speaking about all that we have spoken about takes up so much of time.
Okay, I'll answer this and conclude.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question, Mohini. Not all, we need not conclude always.
Okay.
Right. Okay, we can keep the audience guessing on. Sometimes we can. We need a definitely recommended thing is we need to conclude with a message for audience to take away a message, what you wanted to convey to the audience. But there could be topics where you want them to think. You confuse them to look at different strategies as well. It's up to them. Like not all movies end with a conclusion. It's at the audience mercy of whether the protagonist lived or died, right? So similarly, if you have to, you need not conclude it. Your conclusion can make them think more about the topic as well, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Okay, good. Hope I was able to clarify on how to organize your speech and outline, build an outline for it. With that note, I'll hand over the session back to the Toastmaster of the day, Vijay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aloysius Raj, for that very insightful speech. And we have learned a lot about how to organize the speech. And my personal learning is about the mind mapping technique. So I think I should learn about it in preparing speech and then organizing the speech and presenting it. Thank you, Toastmaster Aloysius Raj, for that wonderful speech. I'd now like to call upon table topic master Dolly Pathak, Toastmaster Dolly Pathak, to conduct the table topic session. Dolly is from Guwahati, Assam, but currently traveling across places. She has been in Chennai for the past 7 years. Professionally, she worked at Capgemini as a QA consultant. And she loves reading books and watching movies and to travel passionately. Over to you, Dolly Pathak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay, for that introduction. So we'll go to the table topic session today. And since we are in the mental health month, so this time I've picked up topics and would like to hear from a few of you. I'll start with the guest. Any guest who wants to take a question? Any Gen Z here in the guest? Prashant, would you like to take a topic today?
Yeah, yes, please. But I'm not a Gen Z.
Oh, you don't fall in Gen Z. Sorry about that. Okay, but so my for you the table topic question is social media impact on mental health. Timer, please pin yourself, Sadashiv.
Okay.
So the topic is social media impact on mental health. Yes.
So social media impact. So it is impacting a lot, I can say, especially youngsters. So I'm currently out of social media. So it was so good for me initially, like, especially if you take Insta or Facebook, it was so pure initially. I can see people who are happy looking pictures and all. But gradually what happened, people started putting posts or photos or any other thing just to influence others. So I don't think it is a very good practice. So if take an example, like if earlier people go out and they post photos of the trip or something, but nowadays I can see people are going to trip only just to post, post in social media or something, and people are sticking to social media a lot. Like I can see there is a lots of distraction in youngsters. Like I'm not sure it will be good for them in the future. I can't hear you, darling.
Thank you, Prashant. So for the next topic, can I have somebody from the guest?
Yes, can I try one, please?
Sure.
Sorry, I'm unable to put up my video.
So the question, I'll put up a question here, like why mental health should be addressed. So the table topic is why mental health should be addressed.
It's absolutely necessary that mental health has to be addressed. We have lived for so many years without even knowing that there is something called mental health. I'd like to state an instance when I went to a village of ours many years back to see my aunt. And there, the evening chat in the village, the ladies staying nearby their houses, they all gather up in one house and then they discuss the things they did in the day. It was a social just relaxation and chatting up and being friendly and things like that. I realized that when this lady came in, we live in a cold place near to Ooty, and she was using a heavy shawl around her. So when she came and sat down next to me, I thought she was keeping herself warm and she just sat down. And she looked so strained and so thin. And then she listened to what everybody had said. And she unwound literally and said what a long day she had had. But eventually she was cheerful when she spoke about her day, what she did, and this and that. And they all laughed merrily. It was good listening to all of them. Eventually, after she had finished, and then it was twilight and time for everyone to get back home. When she got up, I just realized that she was carrying a baby, and the shawl was wrapped around the baby also. And the child was like 13 to 14-year-old child who was autistic, and the head was drooping down. And when she rewrapped the shawl around herself and the baby, I realized what the physical and mental weight she had been carrying all these years. And this lady sat down and spoke so coolly and laughed, and she went, goodness gracious, it touched my heart so much. They were not aware in this village of mental health, nor was I in those days. Today it is relevant that she would have not have been. I really don't know whether she was suffering or she had taken it in her stride, but hats off to that woman. When I think of mental health, my heart goes out to her. Over to your topics, Master.
Thank you, Mohini, for answering it so relevantly with the real incident. Okay, next, may I call upon Toastmaster Rajeshwar? So your topic is how to talk to parents about mental health. The topic is how to talk to parents about mental health.
Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Thanks, Dolly, for giving me, calling me upon for this topic. So, mental health is one of the. I mean, when you're affected by it, right, it's one of the worst forms because any physical or any other problem, the person who's undergoing it knows that they're undergoing it. They know that they're being affected, there's a pain or something, but the way I see mental health is people start worrying about things and they do not realize that they go into things like depression and things like that. Okay. But the moment they feel that they are not able to manage, it doesn't matter whom they reach out to. Doesn't have to be just parents. It could be anyone with whom they are most comfortable. I think the main point here is that they have to reach out to people so that anybody who hopes for the best for that person would advise or could be a channel through which they come out, or the message comes out to people who are concerned, and action is taken. And in today's world where social media also brings in something called as a FOMO, which is fear of missing out, is again causing a lot of mental health issues on youngsters because what you see in pictures and what you see others through social media is only the positive side that they're going through, but or it's always amplified and shown to you, but that might not be the real truth. So doesn't matter to whom you say, but anybody who's going through mental health issues should just voice out. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. It should be spoken about. Next, may I call upon DTM Alex for the next table topic? Yeah. So for you, the topic is any 3 habits you would suggest to build a positive mindset in today's era, I would say.
Thank you, table topic master Dolly. So this is very close to my heart, this whole topic. I'm also thankful that it is not close to my brain. It is only close to my heart. And the reason is, for some reason, throughout my life, I was never depressed. Of course, some momentary depression was there for maybe 1 or 2 days, but a prolonged depression or illness was never been the case. So some of my friends used to ask me, how do you manage this? And some of my friends who work in various positions in real big companies, I've seen that they are the walking volcanoes or the stress capital of the world. I've seen them. So they used to ask me what is happening. So a couple of things which I thought, I think that could probably help all of us is, one is in one of the famous psychologist book I have read that the ability or the capacity to enjoy more with less. The ability to enjoy more with less is the first starting point of true happiness or liberation starts. For example, 10 years ago, having a car was a luxury probably. Now having 2 cars, 3 cars, automatic, modern features are also a luxury. So now we are having a lot, but we are enjoying less. So I think that is one aspect which we all can focus. When you study many of the greats in the world, they always say that focus on your needs, not on your wants. So needs always can be met, but wants cannot be met all the time. And the third thing which I always practice is something which is a very simple thing called mindfulness. Thich Nhat Hanh is one of my favorite gurus or models in this area. So he says that when you look at an orange, are you seeing only an orange, or are you seeing the universe as sunlight? Do you see a moon? Do you see water in that energy of people? When you look at a holistic approach on everything what you do, I think the scope of depression, illness, about me, myself, my pain, I think that will slowly wade away, and you will focus on what really, really matters to you and to the world. I think these are my humble thoughts on this interesting topic. Thank you, and over to the table topic master.
Thank you, DTM Alex, for those 3 suggestions you gave. I would leave the last topic open. So the topic is impact of gratitude in your life or in the mental health. Impact of gratitude in life in mental health. Anybody wants to take this?
Some of the first time guests can try, right? Lakshmi,
Hi.
our member, has not tried, I guess. Yeah, somebody's there, I guess.
Yeah, hi. Actually, myself, Kavita. I'm a Toastmaster with L&T ECC Toastmasters Club since 2018, and it's my pleasure to join today's meeting. And it is a nice topics that have been discussed. So I would like. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Frozen. Okay. Let me just cut off my video so that I'm able to reach. I mean, my voice is able to reach you all. Yeah. Gratitude. Can you just repeat? I'm sorry. Actually, no, I couldn't get exactly. Gratitude and mental health is the topic, right?
Yeah, like impact of gratitude in our like in mental health and in general in our life. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, the word thank you has been used nowadays very frequently, but are we meaning it? How deep when we think, when we say, how deep are we thinking when we say thank you? That matters. And a simple everyday, if we make it a practice to thank for what we have, that gives immense pleasure. So I would say that to begin a day with a thank you note, and just say, even if a simple thing, just like many Toastmasters were telling about, just see the thing as a holistic. And when we see, when we are grateful to what we have, we will feel happy. Then that happiness is contagious. So people will be able to feel the happiness around you, and you will be the source, and you will also be able to receive. It's like transceiver, so that you transmit and receive. So I would say that that is the easiest way to be grateful and have a happy life. So if we have our needs limited, requirements, a minimalistic life, if we think of, then surely the universe is going to get a lot more. So that way, I would say it would be very easy to lead a happy life by being grateful. Thank you.
Sorry, your name is not populated.
Kavita.
Kavita, okay. Yeah, thank you, Kavita, for answering it. So with this, we'll wrap the table topics. And thank you for giving this forum to talk about this, where I started with the question of the mental health and then ended up with gratitude, because no matter what happens, if we are thankful for whatever we have, I think we'll always receive in abundance. And my suggestion, or the one that I follow, is like, always be kind to everybody who is around us. That really helps. No, like, we don't know who is going through what, we can always be kind. So with this, I will hand over to TMOD Toastmaster Vijay Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dolly, for that wonderful table topic session. And the topics are very good. And we enjoyed your topics very much. So to start with the next speech topic. So it is about the successful club series. So I think this depends on various factors, including the first impressions of the club, the memberships, orientation, fellowship, variety and communication, about the planning of the program and the meetings conducted, meeting organization, and the strength of the club, membership strength. I think it also has the recognition for the achievements by the club. So I'd like to call upon distinguished Toastmaster Satish Menon sir for giving out his views on this topic. So Satish Menon sir is a first generation IT entrepreneur who, after completing a successful 2 decades of entrepreneurship, is now ticking items from his to-do bucket list, making him explore new areas and learn new skills, as he believes that every day is a new day, bringing with it immense and opportunities and learnings. So Satish Menon sir has been a Toastmaster since 2013, and he has progressed through leadership positions at the club, area, division, and district. He was the district director for Toastmaster District 120 for the term 2021-22. He's also an avid traveler and reader. So I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Satish Menon sir for his speech. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay. Can you see my screen? Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
You can see this presentation. It says successful club series, meeting roles and responsibilities.
Yes.
Yes, okay, excellent. So today we are going to talk about what we do in a club meeting. The club meeting is generally not run by a single individual or a couple of individuals. It's actually run by a lot of people. Some of you would be aware of it, some of you are not aware of it. So it's a union of multiple people coming together for a shared vision and purpose. That's what Toastmasters Club is. So if I look at a club meeting, every club meeting has multiple roles, but those roles kind of help us to become better at whatever we do. So one of the roles that we have, and these are roles which get changed in every meeting, other than the club XCOM roles, which we'll talk later. So if you look at a Toastmasters meeting, one of the key things is the Toastmaster of the day. This person is known as the anchor of a Toastmasters meeting. So he or she is the one who ensures that the meeting stays vibrant, the meeting stays relevant. You introduce a theme into the meeting, and the meeting goes on in the right manner. But everybody speaks about the theme in their speeches and keeps the entire meeting engaged. Topics master, TT master, okay, who is responsible for bringing in innovative table topics which members and guests can speak for 1 to 2 minutes. This also requires a great skill because you have to look at topics which are relevant to the theme. So it's very important that the TMOD and the TT master connect before to understand the theme, and the TT master brings about topics which are relevant to the theme of the meeting. That way, the theme and the topics being spoken stay relevant. It's also the responsibility of the TT master to ensure that everybody gets a chance to speak. So there are some people who would already spoken. Okay, so you don't need to call them again. But there are some people who would not have spoken. So give them the chance. Again, there are guests in the meeting, so guests sometimes are very hesitant to speak. So in that case, you ask the guest whether you want to speak and then give them a chance to speak. So TT master, again, a very important role. Speakers don't need to tell every Toastmaster member has to be a speaker. Okay? Because we join Toastmasters to improve your communication and leadership skills. And the only way you can progress on that is if you go through your pathways journey. So which is why we encourage all members to continuously give their speeches and speak as they go through their journey. Don't step back and say, no, I will not give a speech for the next 3 months or something. Write a speech, deliver a speech, get it mentored, get it reviewed, deliver, get the evaluation, go back, implement the evaluation in your future speeches, come back and progress on your journey. General evaluator, again, a role which is very important because this person is responsible to let us know how the entire meeting progressed. The Toastmasters meeting have a general rule of conduct on how the meetings need to be run. There is a definite R&R for every role player in the meeting. Every speaker who gives the speech gives it based on the objectives of the speech. So everybody does something within a guideline. Nobody comes and does things the way they want to do it in a Toastmasters meeting. You have to kind of work within the boundaries, and it's the responsibility of the general evaluator and their team to let us know what we did right, what we can improve, because we don't say you did anything wrong in Toastmasters. We only said what you can improve and what is it that we did not do. The general evaluation is all about helping us to improve ourselves, both as individual members and collectively as a club. Speech evaluators, they are the ones who are responsible for giving the evaluation for the prepared speeches. Again, they play a very important role because it's based on their evaluation that the speakers will go and fine-tune their further speeches, or the speakers will go and implement what has been given to them as a feedback by the speech evaluators. So speech evaluators play a very important role in the meeting. And we always tell the evaluators that evaluate the speech, not the speaker. Okay? That's very important. Okay? The speech needs to be evaluated. We don't need to bring the personality of the speaker into the speech. Timer, it's very clear. all our meetings start on time, end on time, or at least we endeavor that we start on time and we end on time. It's the responsibility of the timer to ensure that we keep track of all of this. Grammarian gives us guidelines on the word of the day and the idiom of the day, gives a feedback on what were the good usages of the English language, what were not the good usages, and what we can do better. Our counter helps us to improve the effectiveness of our speech by letting each one of us know what are the filler words that we used, what are the repeat words that we used, so that we can take care of it in our future speeches to say we should not be using those words, and in that way we become more effective as we go along. Additional roles are there. Presenter of invocation. This is basically like extension of Sergeant at Arms. So basically call the meeting to order and you say this is what the club stands for, the club mission and all of that. Some clubs have a joke master. To make the meetings more vibrant, there'll be somebody who will come and present a couple of jokes. Again, this is very important for this person to ensure that the jokes click with the audience. Otherwise, you would not elicit any laughter anywhere. So again, a very important role to bring the meeting to life or bring a sense of humor into the meeting. Vote counter. This is something that we have in speech contest. For those of you who have gone to speech contest would know there is something called as the tally counter. So this is the vote counter when you do the voting, and somebody who counts all the votes and tells this is the best speaker, best evaluator, and all of that. Parliamentarian, person who ensures that the meetings are run according to the Toastmasters conduct, and also ensures that we don't deviate from the proceedings of a meeting and don't do things which are not prescribed by Toastmasters International as far as running meetings are concerned. So when you look at all these roles, okay, all of these roles help us learn something. Okay? It's not that we do all these roles blindly. All these roles help us learn something, and that learning comes from taking on these new roles. Like when you take all these tag team roles, it improves your ability to listen. Okay, because you're not speaking anything, but you're listening. Okay, so that improves our ability to listen and imbibe new things. When I do a speech evaluator role, it helps me to develop my sense of giving feedback and evaluation, and that is where I realize that when I'm evaluating something, I'm evaluating the speech and not the speaker, as I said. So when you take it to your professional life, when you're told to give a feedback to someone, or when you're told to help into a crisis situation, to diffuse a problem, then you know how to look at the problem separated from the person, okay, and not have your judgment biased on who did certain things and who did not do certain things. When I look at the Toastmaster of the day, it helps you to conduct a meeting in a very effective manner. It helps you to introduce the theme, talk about the theme, so you learn about it in the process. It helps you to keep the meeting tight. General evaluator again helps in the sense of evaluation. So when you're listening, you see a lot of things, and by listening and by not speaking, you get to learn more. You get to give a feedback which is devoid of any personal biases or anything that you feel is right or wrong. You just give that feedback based on the guidelines which Toastmasters has outlined. Okay? When you give feedback, you can also give feedback based on what is it that you think should be improved. Okay? So these are the things that people learn in every meeting. So meetings are all about developing ourselves and improving ourselves to get better. Somebody says, what is the role of the timer? Excellent. The role of the timer teaches you how to stay on time. And when you're listening to people and noting down the time, your sense of observation, your sense of concentration becomes that much more easy or that much more better. Okay? Our counter, when you listen for filler words, you develop your sense of concentration. Okay? And then you really know, okay, this is the words that are being used. Am I also using those same kind of words? How can I be more effective? So every Toastmasters meeting has something for each one of us that helps us to become better. Now, when you look at the club meeting roles, okay, let me put all these roles. These are all, I would say, akin to running an organization. Like the president is the CEO of the club. If you want to kind of develop leadership skills, become the president. The way you run a club and the way you make the club successful will set you up for similar things that you can do in your professional life or personal life. Vice President membership is like, I would say, the VP sales. Okay? Though we are not here to sell membership, but I'm telling you that when you go and connect with members, when you speak to new guests and talk to them about Toastmasters and try to get them converted as members and connect with existing members and see how well they are enjoying the journey. This is what a VP sales does in an organization. Manage your existing customers, get new customers. Public relations, very simple, needless to be told. When you create a public relations strategy for a club and the club gets more visibility and more people join your meetings and more people come and attend the club meetings and become members because of the great things that you do, that's your PR working. And if you can do it at the club, why can't you do it on a larger level at your organization? Vice President education is like VP quality, ensuring that every person completes their progresses on their educational journey, that meeting qualities of high standard, when you're giving feedback, when you're giving evaluations, when I'm giving my reports, everything is of a very high quality. Secretary is like, you take on the role of a secretary, your intuition to write meeting minutes improves. Your concentration improves. And if you write effective meeting minutes, I need not say that every professional team in an organization needs people who can document things in a proper manner. And if your documentation skills improves and your ability to write concise reports improves, you are worth your weight in gold. When you go to any meeting and people tell, why don't you present what happened in the meeting? Okay. Sergeant at Arms is like, I would say, manager operations. Your role is to entirely set up the entire meeting, ensure that things run in a proper manner, especially if you're doing in-person meetings. There's a lot that a Sergeant at Arms needs to do. Treasurer, it's again akin to being a CFO. Managing the finances. If you can manage the finances of a club in a much better manner, imagine if you take it to your professional and personal life. There you are. So Toastmasters has got everything for everybody. It's only a thing of how well we utilize it and how well we learn from it. And the only thing that is need to be doing is being consistent in whatever we do. It's only when you have that consistency that you will learn, you will improve, and you will become better. And how can I be consistent in Toastmasters meeting? By attending meetings on a regular basis, by progressing on my Toastmasters educational program in a consistent manner, and by taking roles in the club and outside the club in a consistent manner. To conclude, this is a quote from Henry Ford. Okay. As a club, we can only succeed if we all work together. For us to work together, every member should realize that what is the why of why they are here in Toastmasters. As long as you know your why of why you are here and you are working towards achieving that why, your journey will be successful. And because your journey is successful, and we as a club, as a collective union of members, the club also will be successful. And in that, we have a successful member, successful club, successful area, successful division, and successful district. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, sir, for very insightful speech about various club series meeting roles and responsibilities and mapping the roles and responsibilities from the Toastmaster to that of an organization, bigger organization. Thank you, sir, for that very insightful speech. I'd like to call upon timer Toastmaster Sadasivam to give a detailed report on the timings.
Thank you, T.O. Modi. Toastmaster Aloysius took 18 minutes plus for speech. For table topics, Toastmaster Prashant took 1 minute 20 seconds. Toastmaster Mohini Ramalingam took 2 minutes plus. Toastmaster Rajeshwar took 2 minutes plus. Toastmaster Alex took 2 minutes plus. Toastmaster Kavita took 1 minute 27 seconds. Toastmaster Sadish Menon took 12 minutes 20 seconds. That's all I have for as part of the today's debate. Thank you. Over to you, T.O. Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadashivam, for the detailed timer report. I'd like to invite the poll master of the day and for the polls to be launched. And over to you, Toastmaster Satish Menon, sir, for the next steps.
No, Lakshmi, you need to call for Lakshmi.
Listening master, okay. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Lakshmi for to test the listening skills and ask the questions on the listening in this meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Lakshmi.
Thank you, dear Modi. Hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Yeah, very good morning to everyone. Can I ask questions now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'm just asking from the very basic question. What is today's meeting number?
243.
240.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, thank you. How to develop an outline? Said by Aloysius Raj. How to develop an outline?
The mind map? Or?
No, it's not a mind map. As part of his slides, he has mentioned about how to develop an outlines.
Tell them.
Yeah, sure. Introduction, body, and conclusion. In body, he has mentioned like main ideas or points and supporting material. And conclusion, we have to end up the conclusion by telling the previous speech what we have spoken. Like tell them what you have told. This was the answer. And what is our worst enemy? What is our worst enemy?
Fear.
In Aloysius' speech, he has mentioned disorder. Correct, Aloysius?
The conclusion, yes.
Conclusion. Yes. No, worst enemy.
Yes, yes, he did that. Disorder is the worst enemy.
Yes, yes. What is the use of BPM tool?
To create mind maps.
Yes. Can you expand, can you give the acronyms for that? BPM?
Business process.
Business process model.
Yeah, business process management, correct. And difference between needs and wants.
Needs can be met and wants could not be met.
Exactly, yes. What was the table topic to guest Prashant?
Social media and mental health.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Evaluate the speech, not the speaker. Who said this statement?
TTM Satish.
Exactly, yes. Thank you. I'm done with the questions.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi, for that energetic session about the listening. And now I'll hand over the control to the presiding officer and the poll master for taking it to the next steps.
Are we ready with the polls? Till the time we get ready with the polls, let's get some guest feedback from the guests who are there. Prashant, you want to share your feedback?
I'm so sorry, I was on mute and speaking. So today's session was so insightful, especially those two series. I learned a lot
Go ahead,
from
Prashant.
those. Can you hear me, Satish?
Yes, I can hear you.
So what I was saying is like today's session was so insightful. So I learned a lot from those two speaker series. One is the successful club series, and another is organizing the speech. So I learned a lot from those two speeches. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Prashant. Good to know that there was a good learning for you in today's meeting. Tariq, you want to share your feedback? Toastmaster Bohini?
So
Yeah,
it's
it was a good meeting with a lot of learning, but unfortunately I had some tech issues, so I couldn't listen to it properly. Thank you so much. Great learning.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bohini. Yes, Tariq, you wanted to say something?
So it's been a good session for me to be getting some kind of knowledge, some kind of a topics, and the session will make to my view over the entire thing which we have discussed today. And it was a best one of the best session I have had.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tariq. We have the polls. If not, we can bring the meeting to a close. I would request everyone to just switch on your cameras if possible, so that we can take a group photo. And when can switch on their cameras? Thank you. So this brings us to the end of our meeting number 243 of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. We'll see you in our next meeting number 244 on next Wednesday, same time, same place. Till then, have a great day ahead and a great week coming up. Thank you. And with this, I adjourn meeting number 243 of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club.
Thank you, Sadish. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone. Have a great day.